From the favelas of São Paulo to the bright lights of Old Trafford, Antony's story promised stardom. Ajax fans thought they'd found the next Brazilian great. Manchester United were convinced, spending nearly 100 million euros to bring him in. But what followed wasn't a fairy tale. He was mocked, benched, and branded one of the biggest flops in Premier League history. Until something changed. A loan to Real Betis reignited the flame, goals, assists, swagger. Suddenly, the Antony of old was back. Now, Betis want to keep him, United want to sell, and Saudi Arabia is offering a fortune. Is this a 100 million euro bust, or the comeback story of the season? Welcome to the channel where football's biggest stories come to life. We don't just tell you what happened, we show you Shorin, we show you the drama, the downfall, and the redemption. If you love real storytelling with real stakes, subscribe now and hit like so you don't miss what's coming next. To understand Antony's Crossroads, we have to go back to Ajax. At just 20, he lit up the Johan Cruyff Arena with samba footwork and left-footed curlers. He played with joy, fearless, explosive, unpredictable. In the Champions League, he scored with flair, celebrated with fire. It felt like the beginning of something special. Manchester United thought so too. Erik ten Hag, his former coach, demanded the signing, and the club paid 100 million euros when won at one of the most expensive transfers in football history. The expectations were sky high, but fairy tales rarely follow the script. Antony scored on his Premier League debut against Arsenal. A few weeks later, he hit a screamer against Manchester City, but after that, silence. As The Guardian later wrote, United paid 100 million euros for a player with more bookings than goal involvements. In 2.5 seasons, he managed just 5 league goals and 3 assists. The fans turned. No longer the next Neymar. Just stepovers, speculative shots, and empty promise. Pundits debated whether this was the worst pound-for-pound transfer in Premier League history. When Ruben Amorim took over from Ten Hag and publicly declared the squad maybe the worst team in Manchester United history, after a 3-1 loss to Brighton, Antony found himself behind Rashford, Garnacho, and even Amad Diallo in the pecking order. The dream had gone toxic. Then came the loan, and everything changed. In just 26 games at Real Betis, Antony scored 9 goals and provided 5 assists, helping power the team to the UEFA Conference League final. His pressing, energy, and sheer joy ignited the Benito Villamarin. Spanish newspapers declared, Antony renacido en Sevilla. Antony, reborn in Seville. He himself admitted it changed him. I found myself. I needed to be happy again. My family needed to be happy too. This was the best decision I've made. He embraced the food, the warmth, the rhythm of Seville. Teammate Isco joked, "We have to crowdfund to keep him another year." He surprised us all with his humility and work ethic. Jersey sales exploded. Fans flooded social media with pleas to make the move permanent. Brazilian teammate Nathan said, "Hopefully he comes back." All of Betis hopes he returns. I have hope. But while the fans were celebrating, the board was running the numbers. Could they actually afford to keep their new hero? Behind the scenes, Betis knew the truth. Sporting director Manu Fajardo was clear. Both sides want it, but the club's sustainability comes first. Translation: Antony's price tag is a problem. Fajardo called the operation very complex, but said they'd explore creative options, loans, payment plans, but never at the expense of the club's future. Betis are ambitious, but not reckless. And here's the cliffhanger. If they can't pull it off, will someone else swoop in? Back in Manchester, the tone has shifted. United left Antony out of preseason and are actively seeking buyers. They'd prefer a permanent transfer deal around 40 to 45 million euros. Clubs like Benfica, Leipzig, and Leverkusen have expressed interest, but none are willing to meet United's price. Even Erik ten Hag, now at Leverkusen, ruled out a reunion. We're not interested at the moment. United now face a brutal choice: cut their losses, which or pay millions in wages for a player they've already moved on from. Then there's Saudi Arabia. 2 top Pro League clubs have shown strong interest. The offer? Life-changing wealth. Sky Sports reports Antony is open to exploring the idea, though he'd still prefer to stay in Europe. His agent hasn't ruled anything out, but let's be real. If he leaves for Saudi at 25, it would mark the end of a European chapter that never lived up to the hype. No redemption arc, no Champions League nights, just a giant payday. This is the modern football dilemma: respect or reward, and yet Antony's perspective changes everything. He holds no grudge against United. He's thankful for the titles, the lessons, and the chance. When they pay that much, it's because you have talent, he says. And pressure? He laughs. I've known pressure. Playing barefoot in the favela, facing drug traffickers, going to school hungry. That was pressure. That grit made him. That memory fuels him. Gary Neville believes Antony's style is better suited to La Liga. More technical, more patient. Like Diego Forlan, who failed in England but became a star in Spain, maybe Antony just needs the right stage. Here we are, the moment of truth. Betis want him, but need creativity to make it work. United want out, but won't sell cheap. Saudi Arabia is circling, ready to change his life. The next move will define his legacy. Will Antony chase redemption or cash out? Will he fight to prove the critics wrong or start over in a different world? This isn't just Antony's story, Sanis Marwan. It's the story of modern football, a tale of hype, failure, rebirth, and the choice between glory or gold. And if you love stories like this, you won't want to miss our next video. The saga of Cole Palmer, the Chelsea star Manchester City let go. Was it their biggest mistake in years? Click now to watch the next chapter. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and stay with us as we uncover the game's biggest what-ifs.